Dillashaw's coming back next month. Where do you see him jumping into the division after this break?
Man, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, it's a difficult look.
He'll definitely be at the top. I mean, the question is, will he jump right back in, get a title shot, or have a nice number one contender fight, or what? But it's going to be interesting to see him jump back in the mix now. With this is a lot of time off, man. I had 3 years off at one point, and it changes things. And he's had, I think, 2, right? Something like 2 years or something. So it's interesting to see how he's going to come back.
And you came back 2015. That was your last.
2015 was the last fight, but before that, I blew my knee out, kind of in the prime of my career, and I had 910 days off, and I couldn't do anything. And then I just kept having problems with it. So it was 910 days off, and then I ended up fighting on UFC on Fox 4. Luckily got a big win, but it changed things for sure. And the sport changed too. So that was something you had to adjust to as well. And I'm sure when he was in a sport before and now as big as it is and what they're doing, especially with the COVID and stuff, it's obviously changed. So it's interesting to see where he's going to how he's going to be when he comes back. I mean, he took a lot of flack for what happened, and, there's a lot of negativity, and it affects people different ways. And he seems like somebody that's mentally strong, and he's obviously champion level fighter. So it's interesting to see where he's going to be when he comes back and how he's going to return.
Yeah, there's so much footage out there now too. Like when you look at anyone who's advancing seems to be having to watch film. There's a lot of film on him. So when you see the way this guy moves and stuff like that, he's lost a couple years, and I think he's also had shoulder surgery, if I'm not mistaken. So he's had to have some serious time off, and that entire 2 years has not been training time and mat time.
Right.
So within that 2 years, it's been the majority of his time off. But he's a champion. I'm sure he's going to come back with that champion's mind and do what champions do. I mean, I'd love to see it. Like I said, he's one of the most more inspiring guys. Of course, that moment or that incident it definitely maybe tarnishes his image for some people and stuff like that. But I think he'll come back, get thrown right in the mix. There's talks about Jose Aldo fighting him. That would be an amazing fight. And a good polarizing stylistic contrast too when they're in there, because Aldo's got that I don't know what you call it, Brazilian Muay Thai style. I was calling, it's just like kind of stationary, flat foot banging, stalking forward. Yeah. Dillashaw's going to be, dribbling the basketball all around him. So I'd like to see that one. I think that'd be really good if he did come back. But who knows? He could go right into title contention immediately and get right back to his spot.